All right, back today with a video I'm excited to share with you how to increase your IQ with ChatGPT. This came out of a discussion I was having with a friend, and we felt that since spell check has come out, we've become worse at spelling, and now we don't want the same thing to happen to our intelligence. Now that AI has been unleashed on the world, we want to try to keep up with the robots and keep our intelligence intact. So I did a deep dive into how to increase IQ and came up with some awesome stuff. This video is going to talk a lot about enhancing memory, enhancing concentration, boosting problem-solving skills, reducing stress, increasing productivity, and also none of that matters unless we get these built into very strong habits. So there's a whole section on how to take some of these ideas and build them into habits that you're going to be able to use on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. The steps here, we're going to look at a personal intake, so we're getting the AI to generate specific custom recommendations to who you are and where you are in your life and what your motivations are for increasing your IQ. Then we're going to get into the three major areas here, the mental prompts. We're going to look at prompts for new activities and experiences, and then physical prompts for nutrition, health, sleep, all that good stuff. Then we're going to summarize what we found in those three sections and pull that into a bunch of prompts that can build strong habits around the activities that we're most interested in. And then we're going to just summarize that plan and have a completely unique plan for increasing your IQ. So we're jumping in here with the first prompt. I want to say I do have a Patreon channel. I have a link to actually where you can get a cheat sheet for all of these prompts and more. There's about double the amount of prompts in here, just a few bucks. This helps me keep the channel going, and it also will allow you to get access to dozens and dozens of other cheat sheets like this for a lot of other fun stuff there. But let's jump into prompt number 1 here. I would like to improve my IQ, neuroplasticity, and memory. Please ask me a few questions about my age, education level, occupation, physical and mental health, genetics, and personal interests that will help us design a course of action for increasing my IQ. Once I have entered my answers, please generate a summary for me to keep on file. So this is how we're going to be able to tell the AI exactly who you are, where you are, what your motivations are for learning, increasing your IQ. And we're going to plug this into all the rest of the prompts so that all of the recommendations are tailored custom to you. So once you have that, take a look at it, edit it manually, see if there's anything off base, or you can work with ChatGPT to further refine it. Then you want to save it in a file called the Cognitive Enhancement Intake Summary. This should be more than 500 words, but less than 2,000 words. And we're going to use that in all of the rest of the prompts here so that you're getting custom recommendations. Now we're jumping into mental prompts. So there's a lot of prompts here. I'm not going to read all of them. You can always pause the video and take some notes on these. And I think it's important not to get overwhelmed. Just find the ones that are resonating with you the most. I think that's a big issue with this in this new world of AI, is that AI can generate so many options. It's easy to get inundated. And I think it's important to really just focus on the few things that are really most exciting to you and the few things that you think you can stick with here. So as we go through these, take a look at them and run a few of them through AI, and then you're going to pull all of them into a file called your Cognitive Enhancement Notes. We're going to do that for each of the sections. Again, the mental, new activities, and the physical. And then we're going to use that file and build upon that when we try to build a custom plan that includes habit formation around these different activities. So after each of these, this is very important, after each of these prompts, add this. Here is a little information about me, and then you put in your Cognitive Enhancement Intake Summary. That was the document that's somewhere between 500 and 2,000 words based on your intake that we just went through. All right, so now we'll jump into these mental prompts. So prompt number 2 here, brain boosting games. Introduce me to a new brain boosting game I haven't played before. Explain the rules and provide strategies for playing effectively. And after this, you want to add in there, here's a little more information about me, and drop in your Cognitive Enhancement Intake Summary. Now, you don't need to do that if you're having a little conversation back and forth with the AI. You don't need to put that in every single time, but it's a good practice to put that in every once in a while, because as you continue to converse with it, its memory can only handle so much, so it will begin to forget like who you are and what your motivations were. So it's important to drop that back in fairly frequently to make sure that that's stored in its memory. And there's other fancier ways to do that. If you know how to do that, go for it. Prompt number 3, solve puzzles. Generate a unique, challenging logic puzzle that requires multiple steps to solve. Please also provide the solution and explain how to arrive at it. Prompts number 4, brain teasers. You can present a series of 5. Can you present a series of 5 difficult brain teasers along with hints for each? Once I've tried to solve them, provide the solutions and explanations. Here's some more. Here's one about math problem solving, science education, historical analysis. So I'm not going to read through all these. You can pause the video, take notes. Again, it's important not to get inundated, not to get overwhelmed by this, but to find which of these prompts are really resonating with you the most. And as you put them into ChatGPT, find the results that are resonating with you. And those are the things you want to store in your file that we're going to use later on. Now we're getting into new activities and experiences. So this, in my research for how to increase your IQ, engaging in new activities and experiences was top on the list. So this, again, we're going to go through some of these, but find the ones that resonate, find the results that resonate the most, put those into your cognitive enhancement notes file. And again, after each of these, you want to make sure you're adding that cognitive enhancement intake summary. First one here, social enrichment. Please generate a list of social activities that can boost my IQ, reduce stress, increase physical activity, and encourage learning and collaboration with others. And of course, you're going to put in the notes about you. And there's a bunch more here about learning a new instrument, a unique cooking experience. So which of these are feeling like they would fit with your day-to-day? A virtual travel experience. This was a cool one. Plan a virtual tour for me to go to an exotic country I've never been to before. Discuss the country's history, culture, notable landmarks, and local cuisine. New hobby introduction, diverse literature exploration. So which of these, maybe you think about, your plan might be to do one of these a week or something like that, to just keep your mind active and keep learning. Now we're getting into physical prompts. Very similar to the last 2 sections, we're going to look through some physical prompts that will help you keep your mind and body in shape so that your IQ will increase that way. So again, looking through these, finding the ones that resonate and taking notes on them after each one, putting in your cognitive enhancement intake summary. Prompt 14, all about a nutrition plan. Create a 7-day meal plan that includes brain-boosting foods like blueberries, broccoli, pumpkin seeds. I had no idea. That would help IQ. Dark chocolate. I was very excited to see that in here, as my wife and I have been eating a good amount of dark chocolate these days. Oranges, eggs, green tea, and fatty fish. I want to say I'm not a doctor, neither is ChatGPT. So make sure you consult your physician with anything here that you might want to go over with them. But these are some ideas of things that can help boost your IQ. And again, putting in your information after all this can help make sure that it's tailored directly to you. Prompt number 15, physical activity. Creating a weekly routine for both cardio and strength training for a person with a sedentary job. I added that because I feel like a lot of the people watching this may be in that situation, as am I. Prompt 16, about mindfulness. Can we build a strategy that uses mindfulness to aid cognitive enhancement? Sleep hygiene is a big one. Stress management techniques, prompt 18, and prompt 19, screen time reduction. I could use some help with that for sure. So which of these are looking like they are the most important to you? Float those through ChatGPT along with your personalized notes, and then put all of those into your file. So now you want to review that cognitive enhancement notes file. It's possible that it's pretty long at this point. You want to edit it down so only the most motivating activities are included. Ideally, you got one at least from each of those sections, because you want to hit those major points. It should be maybe in the 2,000 to 3,000 word length, something like that. And now we're going to use that document to build strong habits around. So this is a bunch of prompts for building strong habits. And this one, after each of these, instead of adding your personal information about you, you're going to add here are some of the activities that I'm interested in. So here's the little bit of information about the activities I seek to create habits around. So that's the last document that we just summarized. And now we're working from those notes, turning those notes into a plan that's built around habit forming best practices. So prompt 20, daily routine creation. Help me design a daily routine that incorporates my desired new habits. Also provide tips on how to adjust this routine as my life changes. And then you would put in all of your notes on what activities you're most interested in. Goal setting. Guide me through the process of setting SMART goals for my new habits. How can I track my progress effectively? SMART meaning specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Prompt 22, habit tracking. Suggests a tool for tracking my habits around these activities. And you put your activities in there. Dealing with setbacks. This is a big one. What are some strategies I can use to get back on track when I slip up and break a new habit? How can I avoid being too hard on myself when this happens? Habit stacking. This is a really cool one to explore with all the habits that you're seeking to build. Prompt 25, reward system. Propose a system for rewarding myself when I successfully stick to a new habit. How can rewards motivate me to maintain my habits? Really powerful stuff. Final two here, support systems. How can I use my social network to support my habit formation? And number 27 here, maintenance and longevity. What are the strategies I can use to maintain my new habits in the long term? And just taking notes on these. Now you want to summarize all of that into your final plan. So we went through, your personal intake, figuring out who you are and letting ChatGPT know all about that. We went through your, mental section. We went through a section on new activities, went through a physical section, and then we put those notes back into all sorts of prompts around building strong habits. From there, you should be able to be pretty close to having a custom plan. Make sure to just edit that down, and less is more. Don't get overwhelmed. But I hope you got a ton out of this. Again, the cheat sheet is available in my Patreon. There's about double the amount of prompts here, and this is a little bit of an easier format maybe to go through and scan through which of these are resonating the most. There is an extended intake form here that goes a little deeper into exactly who you are and tries to maybe tailor some of these a little bit more directly to who you are than that quick and dirty intake that we went through at the beginning of this. That's all available for just a few bucks, and there's access to many dozens of other similar resources in there. It really helps me keep this channel going. There's also some information about coding in there if you're interested in using ChatGPT to learn how to code and build fun software snippets. There's some options there if you're interested in some one-on-one coaching, perhaps for your business. I'd be happy to chat about that. And thanks for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. That really helps as I'm trying to get this channel off the ground. And I will see you in the next video.